Hello and welcome to another episode here on my channel. My name is ChaosMole and today we are talking about why Trovo is not just a small live streaming platform and actually could take some thunder from Twitch and YouTube. Now, it is important to note that I wanted to make this video for quite some time because I saw Harris Heller making a similar video like about 2 weeks ago, and he was talking about small streaming platforms. And he basically said that as a streamer or even as a viewer, if you're going to those small streaming platforms, it's a gamble and you might end up like you ended up on Mixer without any streaming platform at all. And this might destroy all the progress you made. And he also mentioned Trovo in those small streaming platforms and was making a point that he doesn't really see any reasons why any of those streaming platforms could take off. And I have to say, most of the video was very surface level to say the least, and I disagreed on multiple occasions with him. Now, here's the thing, I don't really want to talk too much about the video itself. I just want to make this video where I go a little bit into details why Trovo is not a small platform a lot of people might think it is. So first things first, speaking about small platforms, I think the first platform we have to mention here is Glimish. You can see Glimish right here. And Glimish is a new streaming platform which started out with a lot of hype. And the hype which shouldn't exist in the first place because it was a rumor. And the rumor was that Ninja, Shroud and somebody else is apparently banding together to make their own streaming platform, but they cannot announce this yet, so this is what Glimish is. And the reality was, of course, that's complete bullshit that never happened for multiple reasons. And Glimish was just somebody who tried to ride on the wave of the success of Mixer, and they were like, yeah, we have FTL like Mixer does. And they wanted to be the streaming platform for all the misplaced small streamers. And the reality is only 10 people stream now on the platform. Yep, I kid you not. And no, there are no filters here. I kid you not, like I can just click on remove filters and now we have 11 people streaming here. Yay! Apparently somebody else started their stream. But the reality is that no, Glimish is dead. Like they will not come back from this because they don't have the financial power, they don't have the marketing, and they probably don't really know what they are doing because streaming is more than just setting up a website and allowing people to live stream their video games. And that brings us back to Trovo because Trovo is exactly thinking about that. They're not just a streaming platform which has some money behind them, but they actually have a plan. So when we are going to Trovo, if you have never seen the website, it looks a little bit like this. And the first thing you will probably look for are the viewer numbers, right? You look for that, admit it. Which is completely fine, but keep in mind that the website is not showing streams regarding their viewer numbers, but what the algorithm thinks is good for me as somebody who is streaming and watching on the platform. So if you're wondering why you see a lot of people with small numbers, it's because A, I'm following those people, or B, this is exactly the content I would watch, and Trovo wants me to find more streamers. So it makes absolutely sense, and they don't go for fewer numbers. Now, as you can see, there are some people who have some bigger viewer numbers, and I know what you would say. Wait, 160 viewers is a lot? Yeah, it is. It's also a lot on Twitch. And I know people will say like, lol, 160 viewers is not a lot. Have you seen the numbers on Twitch? Yeah, for the big 1%. But when you look at the 99% of all the other streamers, you will realize very quickly that 160 views is a lot of people. And you are one of the top streamers on Twitch. Like the numbers are all there, you just have to look them up. I know that people always just follow those monthly roundups where they are talking about how many more people have been watching on Twitch or something like that. It's like, yeah, that's nice and all, and that definitely is good for Twitch because, well, Twitch doesn't really care for anything else. But when you are looking at the numbers from a streamer perspective and you see where those numbers are coming from, you realize very quickly that most of the numbers on Twitch are not even gaming related anymore. Like the biggest numbers are drawn by non-gaming or esports events, so not by the streamers who are really streaming there. So yeah, being on another platform with 160 viewers is a lot. And Trovo is working really hard to get the viewers and the streamers on the platform. And they need money for that. Let's face it, as I said before, streaming is expensive and you need money for that. So Trovo has money. But where do they get that money from? Well, the owner of Trovo is Tencent. Yeah, that Tencent. They are owning Trovo. No, they are not an investor. They are not partially owning it or something like that. They are 100% owning Trovo. They have created Trovo. How do I know that? Well, it's an open register. Actually, Trovo was registered and founded in the good old US of A and is sitting in Texas. And this is where the company got founded. And it was founded by Tencent. So it's pretty simple there. And no, I don't really want to have a topic now about, oh no, Tencent, it's the devil, nah. Not really. Especially if you were looking back at the last few weeks regarding Tencent and the Chinese government. Like the Chinese government is right now really pissed at Tencent because they are not behaving as some people would have expected. And they're just a normal company who wants to make money. So if you want to know more about it, definitely look it up. But Tencent has been in some hot water with the Chinese government because, as I said, they didn't do what a lot of people expected them to do. But that's not really the topic for today. The topic for today is Trovo. And as I said, like Tencent owns this platform. That means they have a lot of money at their disposal. And I can already see you saying, but Mo, money alone doesn't make a platform. Like, sure, it's a requirement, but it's not like the only thing. Like, we have seen it with Mixer. Like, Mixer had the biggest company, depending on the day, but had the biggest company in the world behind them with Microsoft, and they didn't make it. So just because somebody has money doesn't necessarily mean that they will make it in the streaming world. And you are absolutely right. You also need expertise, and expertise is definitely something Mixer was lacking. Like they were completely failing with the expertise. Like the people they hired were not really there with the knowledge. That was one of the biggest problem a lot of Mixer streamers, me including by the way, complained about, that the people at the top did know a little bit about video games, but did absolutely know nothing about streaming. And that was their first testing balloon, and they completely screwed it up. And then in the end, they did screw over the streamers and the viewers. But now, Tencent, though, on the other hand, they have the expertise because they are owning the largest and second largest streaming platform in the world. Wait, what? They own Twitch? No, they are not owning Twitch. No, but they are owning Duju and Huya. Now, if you have never heard of those streaming platforms, well, that's not really surprising because they are Chinese streaming platforms, but they are both owned or partially owned by Tencent. Duju is, I think, 37% owned by Tencent, and Huya is 100% owned by Tencent. And they build those streaming platforms out of nothing. Like, they didn't just buy them, they built them out of nothing, and now they are dominating the market. And they even tried to merge those two streaming platforms into one. That unfortunately didn't work out for them, or fortunately, depending on which side you are. But they are still monumental. Like, they have so many viewers, so many streamers, and they built a streaming platform to make those people stay. So yes, they have the expertise, especially because those people who work on those Chinese streaming platforms are also now working on Trovo. So you can't really say that, oh yeah, they just don't know what they're doing. They know what they are doing. And this is why I'm also expecting a little bit more of them than just being like a second Mixer. Because as I said, Mixer didn't really have a plan about what they are doing when it comes to streaming. Those people, they totally do. They totally do. And that's very important because this brings us to the next topic. How does Trovo want to grow? Like, okay, having a backer, having somebody who actually knows what they are doing is good. That's very good. But how are they actually planning to grow in a market which is already so fragmented thanks to YouTube and Twitch? Well, first things first, they are smarter than Mixer and they are not focusing on the US market. That is something Mixer tried to do. They tried to establish themselves first and foremost in the US market, and well, that didn't work out because Twitch has already established themselves there. Like, Twitch is the undisputed king in the US market. That's a fact. They own basically the US, and you don't really can steal the viewers. Yeah, you will probably steal a few viewers here and there, but most viewers don't really care where they're watching, and they have already found their streaming platform, and that is Twitch in the US. Now, with that said, they thankfully found other markets where Twitch is not really established yet. Europe is a wonderful example, especially Eastern Europe. Like Middle Europe, like Twitch has definitely established themselves a little bit more. But when it comes to Eastern Europe, they're basically non-existing there. The same goes for South America. South America is still a huge market. Twitch hasn't even touched yet. And that is exactly where Trovo is investing right now. They are investing into South America. They are investing into Europe and East Europe, even a little bit of the Middle East. And if they can captivate some people in the US, that's cool. But that's not really something they're working on right now. And I know what you might think here. Oh, that means a lot of non-main English speakers. Ooh, that's not too great, isn't it? As somebody who has to admit, you probably have already noticed that, my first language is not English. That's my second language. I have met a lot of people on the platform who are the same. Yes, English is not their first language, but that doesn't really matter for them. And they want to watch, they want to listen, they want to just have fun, and they don't really care if you were speaking English or if you were speaking another language. Yes, I have some people coming into my channel speaking another language, then are grumpy that I do not speak that language, and then they are leaving the channel. Happens, whatever, doesn't matter really that much. But yeah, there are a lot of people going around who want to see just streams, and they don't really care like which type of language it is, as long as they partially understand it, and a lot of people partially understand English. So it totally works out for them. The second point is, of course, okay, so those other regions they are trying to expand to, but what are the games they're aiming for? Like, what are they doing there? And that's rather interesting because they are focusing a lot on mobile. Ooh, mobile. Ooh. Yeah, I know. Look, I'm not a mobile gamer myself. I've never really played any mobile games, and I'm a PC streamer, 100%. But here's the interesting part. A lot of the mobile community who watches mobile streamers are just interested in games. They are gamers too. So they don't really care too much if they can just watch a stream when they don't own the platform. Quite the opposite, actually. Like, I was streaming Back for Blood, the beta, just yesterday, and I had some people coming in and be like, hey, what is this? Yeah, this is Back for Blood by the creators of Left 4 Dead. Oh, that's cool. That's not a mobile, right? No, it's PC and consoles. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, then I will just watch it because I cannot play it. And that's great. That's just great. So for you as a streamer, this is actually pretty good. and it makes sense. But yeah, mobile is definitely one of the biggest markets they are focusing on right now, because let's be honest here, if you're going to Twitch and you are looking up some mobile games, you realize very quickly there's not much going on. Twitch has completely ignored the mobile segment and doesn't really care too much for it, and that's the time for Trovo to shine. And that's what they are doing. And that also brings us to the next point. They are also focusing a lot on esports. Like, they have multiple esports events, sometimes sponsored themselves, every week. They have tons of esports events. And I know some people say, yeah, I don't care for esports. I don't give a damn. No, you don't mind, but a lot of other people do, and it's a big thing for them. It totally is. And that helps them to grow. The next thing which also helps them to grow are the Trovo events. This is something I haven't really seen on any other platform. Right now they have the so-called global hype event, where you can win multiple prizes, you can win money, and you're basically going around, you are spending your free currency you are getting on Trovo on channels to give them the torches, and the more torches they accumulate, the more money they are getting, and so on and so forth. So they are already also doing a lot of events. Or as you can see here, there was Pokemon Unite when that came out on Nintendo Switch, and is also coming out on mobile in just a few weeks. They are running multiple community events where you just have to play the game, stream the game, watch the game, whatever, and you can win multiple prizes, right? That's another thing. Also, very important to note, they are the official live streaming service right now of the LEC, the European League of Legends Championship. Why? Well, because they are owned by Tencent. Tencent is owning Riot Games. And that is something else that we'll definitely do in the future, or they are already doing. They try to synergize their own games with Trovo. Something Mixer has never done. Like, Mixer could have done so with a lot of like Xbox games, but Xbox was always like, no, we want to be on the other platforms too. And Tencent is just like, no, you want to get the special rewards, you want to get the special things, well, you better go to Trovo. Like, they're doing this, as I said, with the European League of Legends Championship right now. They are preparing for Pokemon Unite. I'm very curious to see what they are doing with it when it comes to mobile, which is like the main platform for Trovo and Tencent. And if I wonder if they will push like thousands of people to this platform. And they are definitely using their games to get people on the platform. As you can see, we have tons of events here on Trovo, like every week. Like, this is just 1 week when you see this. There's so much going on, which is really, really cool. And this is how they grow. And they do exactly that. And I think for the future, we will see more of that. We will definitely see Trovo just taking the games they own, or in this case Tencent owns, and will make multiple features so that people are going to Trovo instead on another streaming platform. Because if there's one thing I have learned on Trovo, is the moment you can get some free stuff somewhere, people will come. Does that mean all those people will stay? No. No, of course not. But they will come. It's like free stuff. People don't say no to that. And that is, of course, one way to get like a lot more people to your platform. And especially the younger audience, which is not captivated too much on Twitch right now, might actually check it out and say, hey, this is exactly the content I have been looking for. Like a lot of mobile content, here and there some PC and console games. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. Whereas Twitch is now trying to be more like the lifestyle streaming platform for everyone, where you are not just playing video games, and most of the games are which played on the PC or on consoles. Like, nobody cares for mobile. Like, Twitch is slowly but surely becoming the streaming platform for a different generation. I know it sounds crazy when you say that, But that is what's happening with Twitch. And that's nothing bad. It's just how it goes. And Trovo has realized that, and they are now trying to already focus on the next generation of gamers who focus more on mobile games and who also come from different regions around the world, which are not just USA or Middle Europe. So I think that is very interesting, and we will see how it goes. Does that mean that Trovo is the right platform for you as a streamer? I don't know. I can say I'm very happy on Trovo. Like I'm super duper happy here. I think the features they are showcasing, they are using, is something I have not seen anywhere ever before. Especially what I love is, well, not necessarily love, but I think it's another great addition is the Trovo 500, which is, they call it their partnership program. It's not really a partnership program. Like, you unlock all the partner features when you have reached 20 followers, so the people can sub to you, the people can use bits on your channel, and so on and so forth. Like, that's what you get with 20 followers, and it's easy to achieve, like even as a smaller streamer. But then the Trovo 500 is Trovo paying you money depending on how many people have watched you for X amount of hours. So if you want to get into the Trovo 500 every month, the bare minimum is to achieve 900 watch hours. And then you're already getting paid extra money on top of your subscribers, on top of all the bits and stuff you are getting. And you can go even higher. And they are paying you some crazy amounts if you were like going higher and higher with those watched hours. And it's a small thing, but it certainly gives you a feeling of achieving something. And it's a great thing to have on the side. And now I know what people will say, yeah, they do this because they want to get streamers on the website. Sure, absolutely, but it works. And what they also know implemented is when people are buying Twitch Turbo, so to speak, which is Trovo Ace, is what they're calling it. It's the same thing. Part of the money is actually going into the Trovo 500 pool, and then they're giving that back to the streamers. You know, they could have just keep all the money of the Trovo Ace, but they decided to say, no, you know what? Part of it will go to the streamers. And that's pretty cool. And that's definitely something which helps the streamers again. Like, Trovo is really trying to support the streamers. Now, it is in their own interest, of course, because, well, they try to get streamers and viewers over here, but they have a plan. I think that's the TLDR of this very long video. They have a plan. They're facilitating that plan. They're acting on it. And if something is not going as planned, they are listening. And they are changing things quite quickly. And even if the only thing that does is that Twitch is finally acting a little bit more again instead of just sitting on being the #1 spot, I think that's a pretty good thing. So if you want to check out Trovo.live, you should definitely do so. It is certainly interesting. If you want to watch me live on the platform, you can do so from Monday to Friday, starting at 9 a.m. ET, which is 2 p.m. UK time, and 3 p.m. Central European time. And you find me under trovo.live/ChaosMole. And also, if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate if you might consider to leave a like. If you didn't like this video, well, the dislike button is right next to it. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see more videos, more reaction videos, gameplay, tips and tricks, and just like me talking about the gaming industry, I would also appreciate if you might consider to subscribe to the channel. It will help me out a great deal. With that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Stay safe.